Andrew, for the audience that aren't familiar with who you are, can you just give us a brief overview of yourself?
Yeah, I'm just a student at Boston University. I'm from New Jersey, born and raised. Wait, no, that's wrong. I was born in New York. Yeah, yeah.
We're not
Fuck
cutting
no, we're
that.
not doing
Okay,
that,
you're
dude.
fine. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for tuning in with us. This is the Work Talk Lit podcast. I'm your host, Joseph Lee. This is episode 2 of the mental health series. We have Andrew Zheng joining us. Thank you.
Thank you for having me here, Joe.
Just a brief overview. This episode will discuss the mental aptitude needed to chase and accomplish multiple goals. Andrew, for the audience members that don't know who you are, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, I'm from New Jersey, and I'm a student, and I study finance at Boston University.
Oh, wow, that's awesome. Andrew, just for me, like personally knowing who you are, like I can personally say that you're the most ambitious people that I know, and like you're ambitious for multiple goals. Like whenever we talk, like you always tell me like, Joe, like one day I want to be as jacked as Frank Zane. You know what I mean? One day, like I want to be the most business savvy person. You know what I mean? Like I want to be the best friend for like as many people as I know. Like I want to help people out, right? And you have all these goals. You know what I mean? Like you want to be the best student at the Questrom Business School at Boston University. Like where did all these dreams come from? Like did you just wake up one day and you're like, I'm gonna do all these things, or did it like cultivate in you and did it grow?
Well, it definitely wasn't a next day thing. It was definitely a slow stepping stone, slow process. And I just want to clarify to the audience members that I'm nowhere near like an expert. I just want to talk from my heart and my experiences.
So but still, like if you think about it, these goals aren't like little goals. You know what I mean? Like for example, like your fitness goal, like you said one day, like, bro, I'm gonna bench 315.
Yes,
You
sir.
bench 315. I saw you bench 315. You know what I mean? And like on top of that, like you told me like when you were at Rutgers, you're like, I want to transfer out. Like I want to go to BU. You know what I mean? And you kept up with that. And I've heard so many people be like, yo, I want to transfer out of Rutgers. Like I want to go to these schools. But like I've never actually known someone that's been doing it like you have. So like how do you accomplish these hard goals? Like do you just set the big goals right away, or is it like small goals that lead up to the big goals?
So it definitely comes from like it's a mentality, it's kind of like it's kind of funny, but it's like Kobe. It's like Kobe's hunger mentality, it's like you're a dog and you want more. So while I spent my freshman year at Rutgers University, I had a great time, and I actually learned a lot from being at Rutgers. I know it's a great school, but it's also known more for its fraternities and just party life, and I've had my fair share with that. But once I transitioned to Boston University, it's more of a private school. It's more academic. It just kind of like changed my perspective and made me the person I am today.
Kind of going back, like you said, like you know how like you like grew into it, right? But like what was that like? Because you're so like highly motivated and you're really consistent. Like just like me being honest, like you're one of the most consistent people I know. Which some people will be like, what, like Andrew's consistent? No, you're like really consistent. And it's like, was there like a specific goal that like kept you, like got you started and got that engine running and you just kept like chugging along? Like was there that goal?
Well, first I just want to say, like, I'm blushing. Like, this is unplanned, and he's like complimenting me so much. But yeah, to answer your question, like, I guess like my little like motivation, like my little my engine or whatever anyone can reference to, would be like a lot of mentors and speakers, motivational speakers, people you look forward to or look upon, presidents or celebrities, like people you look for their advice. And I think for me, I just found my person, and his message to me was to never give up. Just like as cliche as they are, it's really true, and it's just put me in where I am today.
So like you give that credit to like really like chug you along the road,
Yeah,
and like
of
get you
course.
going to the other goals.
Of course.
I mean, for me personally, like knowing you, like I feel like ever since you made that big physical transformation, and you got like shredded and huge. like literally from like freshman going to college, right? And then like being in college, you made this huge transformation with us. And like people don't understand, like we spent hours at the gym. Like we lived at the gym, and all we did was eat, breathe, think, like gains. And like you were able to make that transformation, and ever since then I feel like that mentality carried on through like everything in your life. You know what I mean? So like I don't know, can you tell us of like what happened like in your mind, like what was going on?
So that like the fitness journey with me, Joe and I, we decided to go on this path together to become a better version of ourselves. And basically through that, I basically had that mentality through my life, like whether it came to school, whether it came to like socializing with people. Like I wanted to be the best person I could be, best person I could be academically, and best person I could be physically. So I think that's what really gave us the drive when we wanted to be as shredded or as ripped as we wanted to. And for the viewers that don't know, we definitely worked hard at the gym. And I'm not saying I've seen Joe work hard, and you know, we spent hours. People would be saying like, we left you guys here in so time, like why are you guys still here? You know, what, like the trainers I'm talking about, they'll come back from their lunch breaks and they'll still see us there. It's crazy.
That's mom, dad, that's evidence right there. I work hard. You was there. In all like seriousness though, I feel like there was something that happened though, because like I remember one day like you weren't like fully committed, and the next day you're like, yo, let's go at it. You know what I mean? Like, did something happen? Did something big happen? Like, did you go through something big? Like, was there like a relational change, like a breakup? Like, did something like what got got you motivated? You know what I mean?
Well, everyone has their triggers. You know, it's for me. It was like having good friends, and then or having like I think during that time, because when we worked out, this is when in high school, like freshman year maybe. For me, it was just like I was like dating someone, and then you know, but like the point being is that everyone has their source of motivation, whether it's breakup or getting like the better grade. It's just everyone has that source, and that's that fuel that drives you to be the better person and grow and learn.
So moving on, I want to ask you, because like you manage so many goals, and you're so consistent with them. Like so many multiple goals. Like for example, like you're still like incredibly fit, right? You're still jacked, right? You still like you know what I mean?
That much more.
I mean, no, but you're athletic. You know what I mean? Like
thank you.
Like you just beat me on a run, and I've been training like more consistent than you have. Like you know what I mean? And like
Joe's very athletic. Stop flattering me.
No, that hurt my ego so bad when I saw you running, and I was like, damn, this is motivating me. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I should have been working even harder. You know, because you keep me in check, but like you have these multiple goals. Like you want to really dive in and make your time at Questrom. You know, you want to make it known. When you come out, you want to be like one of those guys where Questrom's like, oh, he went to our school.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And like you have all these multiple goals, and literally, whether you know it or not, you actually made it your goal to help out like your friends. Whether it was me or your other friend at Boston University. I don't want to say his name because I don't know if you want to give him a shout out, but like you know who I'm talking about.
Of course.
My replacement.
Yes.
Yeah, not as good as me, but but it's okay.
You're better looking.
I know, but no, but like even with him too, you helped him out and you got him really started. You know, and it wasn't just me. Like also like other friends at Tenafly. So like, what do you do to keep them going? Like all these goals.
Well, here's the thing. I don't want to say like I'm at a certain level of success because I'm still growing. You know, there are plenty of people more successful and more, you know, like agile, more adept, more skilled than I am. But from seeing where I grown from being the person I was in high school till now, I see that change as something positive, and I want to give that change to my friends, and that's why I always like try to help my friends. And it's funny because like of course like people see it as like fitness. I want everyone to be like as fit as like, you know, as the best they could be, or in academics, you know, help them study or whatnot. But one funny story about myself is I actually help my friends like socially too. I can give this guy a shout out, but Matt Kyun, 3 points. He's like one of my good friends from high school, but he came down to a Rutgers party one night, and this guy in high school, like, people know him. Like, he's the class clown. No, he's like the grades clown. Like, everyone knows him as this jokester. And basically what happened was he comes down to Rutgers, and I want to give him a good time. He doesn't really, like, he's gonna kill me for this, but at high school he didn't really, talk to many girls, all about that. So he comes down to Rutgers, and I'm like, all right, Matt, let's get you a good time. I get him a little buzz. He's like having a good time, and I knew these bunch of girls, and they were like, oh, he's kind of cute. So I'm like, guys, let's help him out here a little bit. So, I made Matt's night that night. So I definitely want to help my friends in all aspects of life.
I mean, wow, just hearing the charity work that you do is just so incredible. Yeah, I mean, kind of bring it back, right? Like, you're obviously known for helping your brothers out, and you're very consistent with them. Like, I can say to myself, like, when I was going through like a little bit of like a depressed state, like, bro, like, you dragged me out of my house. You're like, nah, like, talk to me, like, and I really didn't want to, but like, genuinely, like, you loved me, you know what I mean, and like, you still love me. You do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I just had to make sure, right? But yeah, and like, you brought the best out of me. But the question is, who do you give credit to that made you who you are? Are those all those people that you dreamed about, like, that you listened to, or like your mentors, or like, who gets the credit here?
Well, I don't think there's one particular person, but I know, like, everyone, when you go through life, like, everything influences you. So my dad put some influencing in me. My teachers in high school, they put influencing me. Just watching motivational speakers, that's influence right there. So just, it's like a slow progression and shapes who you are. But I think the key is, like, having the right type of influence. You don't want, like, negative influence, obviously. You can't be out drinking. Anyways, you need the right type of influence.
I think, kind of going back to the goals thing, I think what's impressive is you're able to kind of like visualize your goals, and kind of like, and maybe this started from the gym because you kind of had to visualize the muscles like contracting together.
Right.
But what I want to bring up is that the fact that you're able to visualize your goals long term. Like, that Questrom is only a stepping stone, but you had to get there to go to the next step. You know what I mean? So like, other people, they might put, whether like working in business, corporate, like a stepping stone, right? Not a stepping stone, but like a final destination, a goal, and they get there and they're kind of sad. But you're already thinking ahead of working in a financial company, right? In the financial district. You're like, okay, I'm going to get out. I'm going to bring that knowledge and I'm going to create my own business. You know what I mean? And you're already starting to like formulate those dreams. So like how are you able to like see long term?
Yeah, for the viewers at home, it's funny because like a lot of the stuff that Joe's saying, it's because we've had like previous talks about this, and he knows a lot. I share him my like ideas and everything. For that case, I always just look in the future. I always want to be bigger and better and just like the best me. So like that is true. Like in corporate, I'm currently interning in corporate, and I want to continue in corporate, but I know the mentality I am, the type of person I am. I want to be like a CEO. I'm going to be in a CEO, and I just want to be able to control my life and just, and like, I know a lot of corporate does a lot of CSR, which is like, for you guys don't know, it's like corporate social responsibility. It's like helping the environment, helping people. And although they say they do that, it's not. They are, but it's profit based. Corporates are profit based. They're after the money. And I know my company, if I ever create one, it's gonna be for the people. There are like great companies like Warby Parker. There's slipping my mind, but there are a bunch out there.
Yeah. I think a great point, like a conversation that we had beforehand. We talked about, well, you told me, and you've been telling me this for a long time, right? If you have a goal, what do? You literally physically
Work on it.
yeah, work on it. But also, what do you do to organize it, right? You
Oh,
told me,
oh.
yeah. Could you
Oh,
just
you
tell our
want me to
listeners?
spill the secret?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh, see, that's
Give them the juice. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like,
See, I was trying to keep that a secret, but
Okay.
for your viewers, I'll let them know. So what I do is I make a list, right? And this is not any ordinary list because everyone has like a list of things they want to do, reminders, whatever. It's not that kind of list. It's I write a list January 1st, like the beginning of the year, and I write down the big 3 things that I want to accomplish. And you know what's surprising from 2017, which is like when I graduated high school, I've written a list of 3 things I want to accomplish, and every single year till now, 2020, and I'm still in the process of finishing my list. Everything has been green checks. I've done every single one, and they're not like small goals. They're big goals, and so far it's good. Like I have not given it a single X. It's crazy.
no, I'm actually like speechless. I didn't even know about the green checks thing.
Yeah.
Wow. That's
Do you
literal
want me to
juice.
share? Like it's
I mean, if you want to, yeah, definitely. You know what I mean?
maybe for your viewers. I'll give it a 1. Yeah, I wrote oh, sorry. I think I started 2018. I had a 2017 goal, but I think I took that out because that was my Rutgers transition phase.
Okay,
That was
okay.
like my transition phase. But my 2019 goal was to get a summer internship. And for a lot of kids out there, like you might laugh at that or like it might not be a lot, but for business, getting an internship is it's tough. Like, you send in loads of applications, you interview, you get rejected, and I guess I was just the lucky few who still got one. So,
No, that's actually impressive. You know what I mean? Like, I've been trying hard. You know what I mean? Like people even in my major, they do. It just goes through like literally like a computer and it scans. Mm-hmm. And then if they like some keywords, then people will actually look at it and they'll like toss it aside usually. Yeah. And it's crazy. But I think you told our listeners some very important things to learn and take away. It's visualizing your goals, literally physically writing them down, and I guess you still make the time to be a good friend, and that's important. You know what I mean? That only makes a lot of people like want to look up to you. So as we come to a close, do you have any final words of advice for our audience members?
Yeah, so definitely find your motivation, find that mentor, and write your goals down because you're always one step closer to them if you do.
Thank you so much, Andrew Zheng, for joining us.
You're welcome, Joe.
Thank you.